following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Hola.
What's up? How's it going?
You are out far away. Far.
I am far away.
Man.
Yes. So yeah, I last show we had, I talked about moving, and it happened. I moved. I'm in Missouri now. And
Missouri.
Yeah, Missouri. I'm gonna turn my camera a little bit. I don't know if you can see out there, but that's the mountains I live in.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Fun stuff.
It is. It's totally different scenery, totally different environment. People. I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna miss that live music scene. I'm gonna start creating my own though.
Is it pretty non-existent out there right now?
In this part of the neighborhood, yes, it is. But I have to probably drive a good 45 minutes to something same as where I was before, so no big deal. You know, I'll drive for music.
Oh yeah, of course. Man, that's crazy. Ohio misses you already.
Oh, I know. My inbox has been blowing up, and I'm not gone forever though. I'll be back for sure.
How's the reptile business though? You guys are still maintaining that, right? And getting through that?
Yep. Business is going strong. We are actually expanding out towards this way. So now we're not on just Ohio, Pennsylvania, Kentucky. Or now we went to Arkansas this weekend, yesterday and today. So,
and how is that?
Yeah. So it was like just all the other ones. So yeah, can't complain at all.
That's freaking awesome. I'm really glad that you're able to, you and Kirk were able to swing things, man, because, yeah.
The thing is you don't give up. You just got to keep going.
How hot is it out there right now, Rox?
It got in about 84 today.
You have the air out there?
We turned the air conditioner on for the first time today.
Yeah. Right on. Cool. Well, at least you got that, right? I mean, because when you guys were here at the old place, you guys just had outside air, right? You guys didn't have AC, right?
Correct. We had fans.
Right. Yeah. Right on. Moving on up like the Jeffersons. Right on, girl. Well, I'm glad everything's working out for you and the hubs, man, and hopefully the kids and everybody are getting adapted well. I know you guys moved out there in some family personal circumstances, so hopefully everything swings around for you guys, man.
Oh, yeah. Things happen. Again, just keep going at it.
It just happens. Yeah, right? I know, man. Tonight, I'm really excited, first of all, because it's been like fucking forever since we've all hung out here, I feel like. So getting back to the swing of things, man, Chaos Rituals tonight with us. Yes.
Yeah. It's talking about bringing in the swing of things with the family and the friends. I've been at Chaos's side for a long time, and they went through some changes as well. So there's some relativity here with changing and keep on moving and keep moving forward. So I'd love to kind of dwell into those aspects with the band and talk about that with them and all they got going on.
Hell yeah. Tonight's show is sponsored by Standout Serpents and viewers like you.
Boom, ba-doom. Yes, thank you. And Music Familiar Productions. Can't forget that. WP4CY and Talk 4 TV. But now we're going to bring on our amazing guest tonight. We've got Mayhem Mike. Dun, 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 and Chris. Dun, 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 dun. What's up, fellas? How you doing?
What's up, guys?
How we doing, gentlemen?
How's the move?
It was hectic, but we made it happen.
Yeah.
Only broke one mirror, so.
There you go. There you go.
7 years bad luck, right? So hey,
don't jinx me.
All
the scaly friends make it out there with you?
No, we got the shop still going in Ohio, so got people helping running that. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So what's new in your guys' neck of the woods? What's going on? How's life going?
Starting to get busy again. Got some shows coming up. Just came out of the studio. Still working on some stuff for that as well. Got some pretty decent dates coming up here pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, we've been working on some new things since we got rid of the last singer. Since we parted ways with him, we've been really trying to change the formula of the music, go a different direction, more progressive. So it's been going good. It's been going good.
Can we touch base on the change in the what you guys have been in particular, why you decided to, and what those changes might be?
You can have that one.
Yeah, well, when we first got together, the two of the guitar players, Ace and Brent, they already had their own songs pretty much when they came into the band. So we just kind of went that route, and then we were kind of limited with our singer, but we were okay because we got into a niche. You know, he was doing things that nobody else was doing, so that it worked. It worked for us. It worked at the time. It brought us a lot of attention real quick. You probably remember that. You know, you were there for all that, and you probably thought the same thing. You know, wow, this guy's running all over. But you know, we just kind of did those songs that they'd been around for 15 years, some of them, and so we did those. And when we got to the second album, we knew that unfortunately that our last singer wasn't going to be able to progress as we needed. So we needed to go on the hunt for another singer, more talented singer per se. I hate to say it like that, but yeah.
Yeah, but you know what though, when you think about the grand scheme of things, man, and what we all go through and what it takes really honestly today to be in a band, you know, whether you're new, you're old, anything, like if you don't got it, don't act like you do. You know?
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing. And then, you know, and I know you guys have probably heard this before and touched on it before, but you got 5 different heads in that room. So it's tough, you know. You get one decision per se, you know.
Well,
yeah, it's team effort.
Like
There's
so
definitely some strong personalities in that basement.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like, so how many of you guys in the band have known each other previously or like outside of the band know each other?
So me, I've known the lead guitar player, Ace. I've known him for 30 years. I actually went to school with the guy, went to high school with him and all that, elementary, all that. We played baseball together when we were kids. And, we just went different paths, and then we met up later in life and in the music world. And then the other guy, our bass player, Glenn, I've played in an 80s tribute band with him. Am I allowed to say 80s tribute? Did that. So, but I've known him for about 6 years. So, and Mike, I had never met. I first met him through audition. Same with the other guitar player, our rhythm guitar player, through audition.
Right on. So, like, you know, the reality of it is like the we're guys from high school thing. Like, you guys, man, like that. You guys are a unique batch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're definitely a mixed bag.
What do you guys think is at this point in the juncture with where you guys are at with the new music and everything? Like, what do you guys feel like your strongest and your weakest points are right now at this point in the game?
I feel like sometimes we get caught up in the technicality of it. We're really to that point where we don't want to do what everybody else is doing. We don't want to be that, you know, where you can't tell when one song ends and one song begins. We don't want to be that band. So
No
sometimes
more Cookie Monsters.
Yeah, so sometimes we do get kind of, I think, carried away with taking a piece of the song and really working it and working it and working it, overworking it to the point where it's no more fun. So
that's fair. And then what do you guys think, Chris, would be for you would be a strength in the band at this point?
just the everybody's willingness to progress, everybody now being on the same page to want to put better music out.
Right on. Mike, I want to ask you, man. So, being up there in the music scene where you guys are, you've seen a lot of changes over the years. A lot's been in, a lot's been in, a lot's been out. And kind of wanted to ask you, man, like where you feel like the music in your guys' area is going. Because if you look at the demographic of things and you ever break it down to numbers, it's all over the place.
Oh, yeah. We're basically trying to do a little bit of everything that's a little bit more modern. We're trying to bring in touches from different genres, different ideas, different sounds, tones. And also another rule we have is if we do anything that sounds like anything else, throw it out. If any of us are like, oh, that sounds like, Pink Floyd, we're like, nope, we can't do that one in. Pink Floyd doesn't happen though. No.
Right.
You guys just don't seem like a walk in the bar, see you playing Pink Floyd kind of band.
No.
You just don't seem like that now. Like Ozzy, I could get down with for sure. But
Priest, that was one of my the genre that I would kind of relate to with them and their sound, on how their riffs were and all that. So they're pretty hardcore. They can really jam.
80s, I was throwing it in, and no disrespect, fellas, but I threw it in, and the first thing, like when you guys sent it to me, Mike sent it to me, and I was checking it out, and I was like, man, that takes me back to like when I was in pull-ups, kid. Like for real, like jamming on my floor, my shag carpet, like, yeah, this is fucking awesome. It took me way back, man.
Yeah, influences what you hear in there. Yeah, that's we go way back too, so we bring a lot of influences out.
Right.
I like that. It's still staying original and keeping those vibes out. I really love that, and that you guys are able to incorporate it all.
Well, there's nothing better than to hear the crowd react to your original song. And that's kind of what we don't care about the money. We don't care if there's 2 people in there or 2,000 people in there.
Yeah, we're still going to burn it down.
Mm-hmm.
That's, I think, the biggest thing, man. Like, I try not to throw it around anymore, but it's like in everybody's face, like, one way or the other, either before, after, or now, like, we've been impacted by the pandemic and everything else. And, there are bands, and we talked about it on the show. Mike, me and you've even talked about it in private conversation about how, these bands come out of nowhere and want $400, $500, $600 to come out and play, when really, like, you should just be fortunate enough to get the 100 whatever it is in the beer tab, man, because no venue's got that kind of dough right now.
Yeah, nobody does. Everybody just got done struggling for 2 years.
What was it like for you guys in the band? Because you guys seem like you got a strong work ethic. You guys seem like you guys got good heads on your shoulders, and so, like, what did that look like for you when that all went through?
It would look like you would think it probably did. We had our moments of where we hated each other, and we had our moments of love, and aggravation of not being able to play out. Then aggravation of not, standing 6 feet from each other, it's just all that alone, so we had our ups and we had our downs, but at the end of it, we made some decent music. So, and I think that's what was important.
Yeah, that brotherhood is important, to be able to come back after an argument and still work through it. that there, you know, right there, you've got something good and solid, because it's just going to fall apart otherwise.
Again, back to the 5 strong heads and egos in the band. I'm, I could be a diva on the drums, but I'm doing it for the betterment of the band. What I feel like, not so much for me, but the band.
Those fucking singers.
LSD, they all got it.
No, but
Not
like
me.
I love the fact that you hammer on that, Chris. Five egos, 5 personalities.
Yeah.
And it cracks me up because I listen to some 2-piece, 3-piece, even 4-piece bands that have it together. And they don't even open up like that. Like, look, yeah, dude, we're hard-headed as fuck. Hell yeah, we bash heads all the time. But it's a diamond to you when it's done, and that's all that matters.
Well, yeah,
It's pressure to make a diamond.
I mean, yeah.
That's what goes back to that trying to being too technical. We got to stop that shit.
So with the changes that have occurred, you've been out there in the scene and you've been conquering it during all of the downtimes, and you're rising back up. And what are those changes that you encountered that you've seen have really impacted and that you've gotten through? I know there's been venues that have shut down. I know bands have fallen apart. What have you seen?
One of the things that we noticed that have really affected us is we had some really good shows lined up with some really big bands, and they just fell apart because of the COVID or the pandemic. The bands canceling the tours, and it was a really disheartening moment for us. And then just not being able to play. I mean, that was the big thing. You got to think we're 5 guys in a basement jamming our asses off, and we try not to pay attention to that out there. But the biggest change to us was the loss of shows, of good shows that we work so hard to get on, big names, not just little names, that would have really helped us out a lot.
You guys, though, like, have you run into venues that have like hit you up and said, hey, because I know some venues were reaching out to some other booked bands, and we're hitting them up and saying, hey, look, we can't do it right now, but hey, we got dates in the future. We want you guys to come through. I know some venues were cool about it. I know some others weren't. Did you guys find any luck with some of the ones that you guys were interested in?
Well, I'll be honest with you, we really didn't look because we were going through that transition of singers. So it almost hit in a weird way at a perfect time for us.
Yeah, kind of.
Because we needed a singer. So we were lucky and didn't have to search out like that. But we got many calls and, to do things, but we needed a singer first.
Yeah.
So we were lucky in that aspect. It kind of hit at that moment.
Yeah. Yeah, amen to that. Yeah.
Well, kind of the way I found my way into the band, though, a lot of things lined up really well at one time. For the band, for finding my spot, for everything. There was a whole lot of it that just lined up really well. Almost like it was meant to be.
Awesome.
Yep.
And as far as on the outside of that realm, there's a lot of other things that bands have to focus on and do and learn. Ma'am, I know that you stepped up with some, you were working on images and all that, but there's other parts of besides just a functioning and playing band that you're working on.
Yeah, to be in a modern band that's trying to actually grow a fan base, put out new music that's not just cookie cutter garbage, copy pasted drums, things like that, everything timeline, real music. It's just not that easy nowadays. So you have to almost have a geek in the band, and well, I'm kind of geeky. So it kind of works out. You know, I do graphic art, I do video editing, actual art, digital art. I record. I'm down here in my studio now. Also write, play guitar, all that kind of stuff. So it gives us a lot of abilities to do a lot of things other bands can't necessarily do without having to dig into a pocketbook every time you turn around.
Yeah, nice. So yeah, it's definitely good to learn things outside of the realm. As you call geek, I can say I'm one of them too. So
Same here. Yeah, yeah. If nobody's gonna do it like you,
right?
Like you can take $1,000, right? This was an example brought to me when I was in radio and terrestrial radio. You can take $1,000 and take $1 for every 1,000 and walk to somebody, and what you pay for and the value you get is going to be totally different, dollar to dollar. And by the end of that $1,000, if you don't have a unique idea, you need to go back to the drawing board. And I was like, it took me a long time to like wrap my head around that, like, you know. And then I was like, dude, so if everybody shared at one time as much as I shared, I might not be where I am today.
That's right.
Oh,
True.
I'm in the wrong circles.
I'm in the wrong.
No, you know, I think that, you know, you have to have all your tools in one bag, man. You know, everybody's got to be able to pick up something. And I ain't gonna lie, I miss the days of street teams and pounding pavement. You know,
Yeah, fires on the telephone poles everywhere.
Yeah, you know, Gatorade in the backpack. You know, whatever, a couple rolls ready to go. Hit the pavement. Let's go. Hand out some flyers. Meet some people.
I remember we used to hit the cars in the parking lot, you know, lifting up all the wipers and putting flyers, you know, on go down the old dirty sudsy balloons, you know.
Sudsies.
yeah,
So,
every gas station, a little bulletin board, it was always up there. Yeah.
I got a $50 loitering ticket for posting a sticker on something, and he was like, "I gotta write you a ticket." I was like, "That's cool. Here, I'll take it. I will. I'm supporting my local band. I'll take the ticket." It's $50 ticket. I was pissed when I found out.
I'll take the hit.
Yeah, and then I found out it was $50. I was like, "Damn!"
You're like, ow.
So yeah, there you have it. Things are limiting as far as trying to get the name out there, get the music out there. Your options have been limited, unfortunately. So yeah, good thing we have geeks in our, you know, in our circle here.
Mike, what was the learning curve? Was it? I'm sorry, Chris, I didn't mean to cut you off, man. I apologize. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask you, Mike, how much of a learning curve was it from your everyday nerding to the band side of nerding?
The graphic design part was easy. That part, you know, graphics are graphics. That part was easy. Learning to engineer has been a challenge. Learning to write is a challenge. Learning to write with others is a huge challenge. We struggle with that on the daily when we practice, but you know, the struggle's what makes it fun. You know, if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you got going on behind you there, Mike?
Just some guitars back there. I got 1, 2, 3 guitars, 3 basses, couple amps, couple mics laying back there.
You got
drums over in that corner. Oh, I definitely have a favorite. That one's still in the case though. That one stays in the case. That one's a pretty old one that was left to me by my father. That I just open it from time to time and go, "Ooh, pretty," and then close the case back.
Respect. Love that. Wow.
Man.
Yeah, there's definitely some stories on, you know, on being on in a band and all that. Do you guys have anything that's super extraordinary that's happened that maybe a learning curve or something.
Mike, go ahead. I'll let you have it.
Probably to me with before I started with the band, I originally started in gospel music. I was a gospel singer for about 20-25 years.
Wait, say what?
Yeah. Right?
What?
Yes. Southern gospel, barbershop style quartet music.
Wow.
I did that in a family band for many years, and then did that semi-professionally for a couple years. And then out of respect for my dad, I never did the rock stuff. He was pretty old school, and it was the devil's music. So out of respect for him, I waited. And then when he passed, I was still here. So, I still love my rock music. So I started doing a lot of original stuff, and trying to learn and unlearn a lot of the things that I had learned from gospel, and some of those tones and sounds. But a lot of that has also benefited me a lot, because I've built a lot of muscles that you end up using that you didn't know you were going to need.
You're singing from your soul, boy.
Exactly. And they say if you can sing gospel, you can sing anything. So I'm pushing it. Probably the best introduction I've ever had was from our rhythm guitar player's daughter. She was introducing me to one of her friends, and she was like, that's Mike. He used to sing gospel. He screams now.
Yeah.
It's interesting you use the word unlearn, because you don't hear that much in the music industry. You don't unlearn something.
And I've never forgotten them, and I use them. You can tell when I hear our songs and stuff. I switch around with different tones, singing different styles of music. It's just like playing different styles of guitar. You've got different pedals you step on. You got different muscles. You use different tone placements. It's just things you learn.
I think it's a human thing, like ingrained in us, like we get set in something so long because it fits what we're doing, and then we're adapted to something changing like that, like you said, Mike, with the music, and you can take some from here and put them over here, take some from over there and put them over there, but at the end of the day, the unlearning, man, like when you're like, some people are like, oh, it's nothing. But when you've been set in your ways for so many years, and it's like hammered into you, like that's when I'm like, yeah, I can't. That's a hard habit to break.
Yeah, it was different. That was probably the biggest struggle I had, and I actually tried out with the band probably what, Chris, probably a year and a half before I actually started with you guys.
Yeah,
something like that.
We had it narrowed down to Mike and another guy, and I couldn't really. Mike kept asking me, and I couldn't really say anything at that point in time. I needed to, because the band was actually split. The band was split on another guy and Mike, not being, I don't think ever being really front man of a metal thrash band, he hated our communication. So he said, I'm out. You guys can't communicate. You guys don't talk to each other. I'm out of here. Peace. So
yeah.
We were out, so we went back to our old singer because we had a benefit, and we talked amongst ourselves, and we said, we're going to have to let our old singer embarrass himself. It's going to be an embarrassing moment to justify what we're doing, because a lot of people liked him. A lot of people liked him a lot. And then we got to the show, and Mike was there taking pictures for another band, because Mike that's another thing he does. He takes pictures.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And he called me the next day, and he said, "Man, that was really embarrassing. That was." And I said, "Well, that was by design. We knew the band was solid, but our singer was not." And so he said, "Well, the job's mine. I'm taking the job." I said, "Well, just come down there and own it, and you can have it." And that's kind of how that worked.
Some things do definitely unravel themselves in situations, and you gotta let them be like that, I guess. Yeah.
One of our Yeah, right there. The basic foundations of music are all the same. Once you master the basics, you only get better.
Love that.
Right.
Yes. Thank
Amen.
you, Mia. Yes.
Completely agree.
So with all that you guys, now you're working on some new stuff, huh?
Yeah. So again, back to some more progressive, more. We like to be different. We like to
Ambit.
be more challenging. So yeah, it's fun now. We got somebody that we can do it with.
I believe Antman has that ready. We got little sneak peek that's going to be played here soon.
This is one we're working on. It's just a skeleton of the song. So yeah.
So tell us a little bit about this before he plays it.
Well, this is actually our rhythm guitar player Brent. It's actually his idea. Something he brought to the table. He'd been working on, and so we kind of brought it to light. It's about I really don't know what you'd have to ask Mike more what it's about. My job's just to beat those drums on it.
I hit things with sticks.
Yeah.
This one's just it's kind of looking at things from today's society and kind of how everything is just broken. No matter what you look at, the way kids are having to grow up today, it's a nightmare. Me and my wife were actually talking about that earlier today. I said something about, I'd love to go back and be, 9 months old again and do this crap all over. And then I was like, wait, no, I wouldn't, because it would suck to grow up right now. It is so hard.
Man, I would not want to live right now. Me and my wife were talking the other day, and I was like, man, I wouldn't want to date right now. I wouldn't want to be in high school right now. I wouldn't want to be nowhere, not even in driver's training.
You
No,
wouldn't know what you were dating. If you were dating right now, you wouldn't know what you were dating anymore.
I have to tell you this story. Moving out here to Missouri, I've never had to teach a kid how to play outside, and they didn't know how to play outside. And
I can believe it.
It's something with the rotary phone with millennials,
right?
Like I'm gonna break out my smartphone. I think that's what I'm gonna do for content when we're not doing RA Nation. I think I'm gonna just get a rotary phone and walk up to random people on the street and say, "Use this."
Please help. Call 911 on this.
They'll be pushing it.
Right. If they rotate it, give them a T-shirt. Awesome.
They'll start talking to it like, Siri, where are you?
Hey, Google, can you help me use a rotary phone? Oh man. No, yeah.
So what else is incorporated in this song?
It's basically, it's about a broken society, and no matter where you look, no matter what you see, no matter what you try and get into anymore, especially if it's organized in one way or another, it's been perverted and twisted from what its original idea was. And it's, everything you see is broken. So the name of the song is actually Eyes of the Broken.
All right, Antman, you got that geared up and ready to play?
I do. Right here. Brand new stuff from here. Chaos Ritual right here. You guys ready for this? Let's go.
Let it roll.
Oh.
Walk away from the pain. I keep it all locked away. The vision seared in my head. Wide awake in the land of the dead. Well, bless the soul for moving on. Lost forever, all hope is gone. Nothing more left to do. Gone forever to fight for you. Oh, I can't take it anymore. The heart heartache is too much to endure. Broken by the mystery of who you were and why I'm good. Now you're facing haunts my mind, shattered till the end of time. No more earth left to pretend, waiting broken for the end of love. Lost in pain, in the eyes of the broken, left in shame. Nothing left to lose but time. Crawling broken, lost and blind. Missing left alone to bleed. Such angry soul, all deserves to see. I can't take this anymore. The heartache is too much for more. Broken by the mystery of who you were and why I'm here. Now you're facing haunts my mind, shattered till the end of time. No more earth left to pretend, waiting broken for the end of love. Lost in pain, in the eyes of the broken, left in shame. Because I'm broke. Because I'm broke. Lost in pain, in the eyes of the broken, left in shame.
There you have it. I'm the broken chaos ritual right there.
Yeah, that was gnarly. I love that.
I think I know them guys.
I think a couple of them owe me money.
Me too. Me too.
Play Freebird.
Yeah.
No. You definitely now our screamer, yeah, definitely. It's there. I love it. It's great. It's gnarly. It's heavy. It's a little old incorporated with a little new.
What I would have thought. Not what I would have thought. Like, we've been friends for a while. We've talked, like, you know, like sometimes when you hear somebody and then you like hear somebody, you're like, okay. And then you hear them, you're like, no fucking way. No way. But now, like, I get it. I get it. It's awesome. Yeah.
That's exactly how I felt. You know, when I first found out Mike was in the band, you know, just became a new member, I was like, what? I can't imagine what this would sound like. I'm excited. I'm anxious to hear it. And so knowing it's such a good fit and what you guys are doing, it's great.
It's kind of like when Meatloaf did Bat Out of Hell.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but man, great stuff, guys. And you know, the idea that it's 2022 and you still remained in that realm of things to compliment the fans and the fan base and your love of what you do, like, makes you guys more original than you probably realize, honestly. So that's really awesome that you guys stick to those.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
We got to get your music overseas too, because in Sweden and all that, because they still kind of have that style going on, and they would welcome you in a heartbeat. You'd be,
We've had some success with the first CD, but we need to get it over there more because it's kind of like Dayton, Ohio. They still get it, up there. That's why we like Dayton so much. That they still get it. Out of all the places we go to, Dayton has to me the largest population of metalheads still around. Old trash heads, and they love everybody. There's such a good group of people in that town. So we love Dayton.
I can't agree with you more. It's home for me for sure. So shout out to everybody. Boneyard, everybody.
Everybody.
I hate Cincinnati, but we're sorry. We like Dayton too, a little bit more.
So can you let everybody know about where they can find your music and how to get in touch with you?
So you can find us all over, all the digital platforms are available. You're not going to find anything with Mike at the moment because we're still working on, the song you just heard is not even complete. We're working at Rephrase Studios in Dayton, Ohio on that. But so yeah, any of that, you can get us any digital platform. You can still get our first CD, and you can buy that still. It's still available. But your best bet's just come to a show. We got some good shows coming up. Our next one is next Saturday, May 14th, in Middletown, Ohio, at Leo's. The Slice, they call it, because they got this pickle pepperoni pizza. It's like, you think it's nasty until you take a bite, and then you're like, dang.
If you like, my buddy was like, have you had it? Have you had it? And I was like, no. And then it was like, I don't know, midnight or something. I was drunk. I was really blown out. I was like, sure. And it was, man, it was good. I was like, what have I been missing? Why is this so good?
Yeah. So right now, the best thing for us to catch Mike, the new stuff, is to catch a live show till we get something out. And we feel like the best medicine for Mike right now, bringing him into a front man, is to put him live in front of people, because there's no better practice than that.
Yeah, trial by fire is always the best.
Yeah.
How far are you guys willing to travel?
We'll travel wherever we need to.
Yeah.
We end up in Missouri, I get you over here.
Yeah. If you'll have us.
Oh, I'm gonna make way. I'm gonna create a scene out here. I promise you that. You guys know me.
I'm gonna document the whole thing. I'm gonna just go in your go bag with you on the bus, and we'll videography the whole thing, guys. Yeah.
I'm down.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Good plan.
All right. Is there any advice that you want to give out there to anybody before we let you go?
No, I mean, to the young musicians, just keep it going, man. Just keep practicing, and communicate. Communication's key, and don't give up, man. Don't give up.
Don't be afraid to bust your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. And every other blowing.
Yeah, no kidding, Rick.
Hey guys, stick around after the show, man, in the green room. We'd love to hang out with you guys a little bit more. Thank you for coming and hanging out and doing this interview with us tonight, man. I know it's been a long time coming, so thank you guys for being so patient with us and helping us through all of that stuff. And I can't wait to jam out with you guys face to face, man. We're gonna get you guys in some shows. And we're gonna do this damn thing. I'm fucking excited.
All right.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Mike. All right. Awesome. I love those guys. I really do. And just because I'm in Missouri doesn't mean I'm not ever going to catch their shows again, because I promise you, I'm coming back. Music is my life, and it'll happen.
I'll just go to the shows and I'll live stream it, or I'll video document it and stuff. Like, you can be my
like the little parrot on the shoulder, but I'll be the the eyes.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
Roxy Cracker.
Mia says, "Stay amazing. Thank you." It's a chaos ritual there, and yeah.
Oh man. So it was a good show. I appreciate you, and we're gonna be back next Monday.
Yeah,
right?
we've got.
Are we back now? Are we good back?
We are back, solid, strong, and so if you're, you guys you want to be on the show, just hit us up with our email, ranationpodcast@gmail.
Yep. Check us out at e614.com.
Yep. And next week we've got Of Two Stones. There's a website for that.
Yes. Long awaited. I'm very excited for this show.
Yeah.
We're going to be getting all this stuff out there, man. I also want to let you guys know we are on Station Head as well. Also, our radio show, Antman versus radio show. And I'm going to swing Roxy into doing a radio show. I think we're going to do a radio show. I'm going to try to get her to do it. We'll see.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right, guys. Have a great rest of your week. Thank you guys for doing what you do as artists and musicians. We love you.
Thank you so much. We'll definitely see you next week. Stay amazing.